CorgiMaps helps brands start selling on ChatGPT, Gemini, and all the other major AI platforms in 5 minutes. We do this by connecting to your existing supply chain and commerce systems and producing Agentic protocol compliant endpoints that you can plug into all of these platforms. Previously, and up to this point, AI platforms have just scraped data, producing often incorrect results. Agentic commerce protocols put you back in control. You own the customer relationship, you own the brand message. We say we can do this in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to show you end to end how that's possible. I'm going to start by creating an account on CorgiMaps. You can do this today. We allow you a free trial. After simply verifying my email, I'm redirected to create my workspace. So what's my workspace going to be? I'll call myself Acme. I'm going to create my workspace. Simply put my name in. And our brand new workspace is up and running. First, I'm going to go through the import products. So say I have a spreadsheet of my products. This is very common for many brands that have a product main, product master. So I'll come in and I'll say I want to import my products. I'm going to say that it's a file upload. I will come in here and I will drag in my XLS file. So it first reads the file and detects all the different columns in it. And it simply tells you, here's the different columns that we need. Here's an example of the data that came out of your file. So I'll just do a simple mapping and say product name and code. We're also given all these other optional columns. In particular product, we have quite a number of columns you can add. So for example, I know we have status in the file, category. I think we have brand as well. So I'll just go ahead and put that in there. What else we have? Oh yeah, we have price. So you would just do this for whatever fields you have in your file. Price UOM, map that to the actual unit of measure, and then we're ready to go. So I'll click continue. We actually run the transformation in the background and we produce what the mapping would result in. So you can see your transform data, you compare it against the data that you have. We have the option to enable optimization for AI discovery as well. I'll show that to you on an individual product, but for now we're just going to move through. We're going to review and we're going to activate this source. Now, because this was a file upload, we'll come over to the upload section. We do this so that you can separately have someone else come in here and upload this on a regular basis so that they don't have to have full access to the source configuration. And the data sync has started. And just that quickly, we have products loaded into CorgiMaps, all of your product data. Now, if you had a separate system that your products were configured in, we can connect to that as well through API, through SQL, through FTP, through a variety of other data connectors. So now that we have our products in here, you can click in and you can see all the product data. This is meant to sync on a regular basis. CorgiMaps is not going to be your system of record, but this is where all of your product information lives, and you can tailor it specifically to these AI surfaces. So for example, if you want to optimize, say, a description for AI discovery, you can just come in here and use our Optimize for AI feature. It's going to go through and read all the details that it has about your product and produce optimization or produce descriptions that are optimized for AI discovery, as well as a set of search enrichment terms that we're going to surface to the AI chatbots as well. You can do that automatically on data import as well, but in this case, you can also just do it kind of one-off. So I'm also going to come in and I'm going to configure a inventory source. In this case, say I have a Google Sheet. So I have a Google Sheet that consists of inventory. The reason that you want to connect inventory in is because these agentic commerce protocols actually allow you to surface, do you have stock of that or not? So all I have to do is I need to come in and I need to copy this URL. I can test to make sure that I can connect to it. Connection successful, it found the columns. So it'll do the same thing, it'll process, it'll show what we have. So in this case, product, we're gonna do product and we're gonna map that on code, the quantity, the unit of measure, let's see, facility, which location it is in, and then what else do we have? We do have an external ID, so we have LPN number, and we do have a status as well. So I'll put in the status. All right. So again, we're shown a confirmation of what our data looks like. So in this case, we can go ahead and schedule it because again, this is not just a manual upload, this is a sync. So, but in this case, I'll just say on demand. I'll activate that and I'll say sync now. All right, so just like that, we also now have inventory in CorgiMaps. So this is allowing the agentic surfaces to basically say, do you have this product or not? That's one of the main things that these agents are getting wrong these days is they're trying to scrape all this information off of your e-commerce site. This gives you this secure middle layer between your actual commerce systems, whether that's a file that your 3PL sends you, or a system like NetSuite, or just a file that you maintain internally. You now can expose inventory data along with product data to these in chatbots. So, all right. One of the next things that we would do is we would enable our payment processor. That's going to allow us to actually accept transactions within CorgiMaps. We don't process any of the payments. We do this through Stripe. I'm not going to connect this in just for this demo, but you would just do a simple OAuth connection through Stripe here. And then the last thing that you have to do is configure a destination. So where are we sending your orders? It can be as simple as an email that you send on to your 3PL, or it can be as robust as a pushed API or a FTP push. So yeah, we can, again, kind of similarly to how we pull data in, we can push data out in a variety of different ways. But all that we're doing is basically sending the orders that in customers place in these chatbots onto whatever systems you have, whether that's as simple as an email or whether that's an order management system or something more robust from there. So now we are ready to actually start accepting orders. That's literally all it takes. So I'll come in here and I'll actually just enable all the protocols, but we've done everything that we need to. Yeah, we're ready to go. And if we wanted to see that, all we have to do is copy the domain that it's produced, and we can go to a checking website. So UCP is the main Google and Shopify dominated protocol. This is what Gemini uses in the background. So we can go through and you can see as it's checking all the different endpoints, the URL that's produced for our Acme company has all the different capabilities, all the different schemas, everything that's needed to kind of flow data back and forth between Gemini. So similarly, we can do this for ACP. So ACP is the Stripe and OpenAI dominated protocol. So again, this is one URL that you're not having to configure all these different ones. You're not having to maintain different places that all this data is going. And again, we're showing 100% passing all the different discovery schema capabilities, everything that ACP expects. So one of the last things too that I'll highlight is we actually support a variety of different agentic commerce protocols. So one is Onyx, which is a supply chain focused protocol. So Onyx actually requires a authentication token because this is exposing more of the internal workings. It's meant a little bit more for B2B use cases, but CorgiMaps supports it. So again, you're not having to support a variety of different connectors. So I'll simply come in here and I'll create my access token, which I can then come in and I can put into an Onyx check. And I'll grab that URL again. You can also add a custom domain. We highly recommend adding a custom domain, agents.yourbrand.com or something like that. Adds a little credibility, but we also obviously generate a end result URL that works. So this is checking Onyx, and again, this is the same thought of you've connected once, you've plugged in your data, you've plugged in your orders, all of that information, and you're good to go on Onyx as well, whether your supply chain systems support this or not. So if you want to get a sense for what this experience actually looks and feels like, we also enable a testing experience through our chat interface. So if you want to see what this looks like yourself, we give you a way that you can come in here to chat and just say, maybe I want to, let's see, how about like, I'm looking for a new jacket. Can you help me find one? So this is simulating what Gemini would be doing in the background, that it's going to go through and hit the actual UCP endpoints that CorgiMaps is generating. It's surfaced things like price. It's also doing the inventory check. So, okay, maybe like, yes, the track jacket looks good. showing it's in stock. Again, this is not data that's being scraped. This is actually checking the inventory that we synced. We'd sync this daily, we can sync this hourly, so you know that this is up to date. So yes, add to cart. The cart's created, ready for checkout. The agent's going to be asking for name. My name is. So again, this is simulating a end user that's actually purchasing this. So. And it's asking for a delivery address. In the background, it creates the checkout. It asks for an order summary, and then it asks for confirmation if they're ready to place the order. Orders placed. From their perspective, they're ready to go. You've now just received that order through your destination that you configured. So again, whether that's an email sent over to your 3PL, whether that's a push into your OMS, that order has been sent over. We do keep a record of the order on the CorgiMaps side. Again, this is not the system of record, but it's just we keep up with it so that you can actually see order was created, one count of that track jacket. We create a customer record as well, so you can see that I just made that purchase. All of that, again, lives here, but is more designed to be pushed into your source system. So, yeah, that is all of CorgiMaps. So we've moved all the way from setup and configuration, data importing, all the way through an actual in-customer experience, all in the span of just a few minutes. So with CorgiMaps, you are ready to support the new revenue channel that is Agentic Commerce. So try it out for free today.